What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Karen Oliver, and welcome to Inside HQ. We're coming to you straight from World of Dance headquarters, but this podcast isn't about what goes on inside of these walls. It's about the amazing people on the outside who are building the movement, shaping the culture, and keeping the community alive. I am so excited to introduce today's guest, Luca Aigner.
Hey, thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you, Karen, for having me here. I'm so excited to be here.
Luca is an amazing person, amazing dancer, mover,
thank you
creative.
So much.
As if you can't tell, we're clearly friends.
Obviously, we are. We met last year in LA.
We are so excited to be here today, talking and having a great conversation. Yes. But before we even get started, Luca is 21 years old, right? Born in 2003.
I'm 21, 03.
He is based in Berlin. He was also in the Rush Troye Sivan video, which, like, oh my God. Like, oh wow.
Thank you.
That is an incredible accomplishment. And it's not only Grammy, but also MTV nominated as well. You were also a part of the skeleton crew for Got Me Started by Troye Sivan as well. You've also been in major TV productions in Germany. You're Berlin based, obviously. Like The Voice Germany finale. For example, and you are also an assistant choreographer and a stage coach as well.
Period.
So very decorated. You've done a lot of stuff.
Thank you so much.
Really highly impressive.
I'm blushing already. I'm not used to this. But thank you.
You're so young. 21 is super young, and you've accomplished so many things already. It's a great thing, and I'm like really impressed.
Thank you so much.
You are also, I forgot to mention, signed with Adidas as a coach.
Adidas, shout out to Adidas Germany. Thank you for having me.
Right. I mean, that is also not an easy thing to accomplish, which is incredible. And I'm always such a huge fan whenever he's, posting his stuff with Adidas.
I'm trying my best.
Wow.
You guys, I'm trying my best. Content.
Right. Correct. So just to get started, I want to kind of have you introduce yourself. So, who is Luca, and how did you get started into like the dance scene in Germany?
Yeah. For me, it was pretty obvious to start in Germany because that was very simple, very like southern part of Germany, and there was nothing with dance. Like, I mean, I had like my local dance school, and that was like fun to like be at, like just like as a hobby. But I always knew like there's something deeper to it. It's like really like my passion. That's something I really want to do, like pursue as a career. But there was no way to stay where I was raised. So I moved to Berlin eventually. I left Berlin. Like when I was a teenager, I went there all the time. It's like an 8-hour train ride, so it's not just like an easy travel. So I moved, and that was like the first like big move for me. And I started taking like intensives, like everyone does, I guess. Same out here in LA. Like just imagine you moving to LA, like or New York or any other bigger city in the US. We can work as a dancer. Same for me with Berlin. So I was really young. I just turned 18. I moved out, graduated from high school, and then I just started with dance and started taking intensives. Went to my first auditions, and it was very much like self-taught, honestly, because there's like, I know if you know like this or like experience the same thing, but there's no one who like tells you like how to do it the correct way. Or there are people, but then you're like, well, maybe this worked for you, but this might not work for me. So the last years have pretty much been all about like finding my own way and finding what works personally for me, which doesn't mean it has to work for you, right? So that was my start in Germany so far, the last 3 years. Yeah.
So basically there wasn't a lot around you in terms of dance, and you really had to move out to Berlin. I really need
to move, yeah. And that was so clear to me, like from a family perspective. I was raised in like a very academic family, so I'm like kind of like the odd one out of my family. I'm like the black sheep in my family, right? Like why is he moving to Berlin? Like why is he pursuing dance? Why do you want to be an artist? You wanted to be like a psychologist or a teacher your like entire life. But it was really like that. It was like, why are you doing this? But I'm so glad I took the risk. And taking a risk in your 20s, I feel like it's the perfect timing. Yes. And if you don't like where you're at, just move as much as you can. That's what I tried to do the last years. Yeah. That's
incredible advice. Could you kind of describe your style for us, maybe in 3 specific words?
I heard that question before, and I prepared a little something.
Okay.
So wait, 3 words. Number 1, elongation. I just love length. I love length so much. I think it's because Dana Fogley and like Boy Boy really and Malu really inspire me. Then it's definitely like strength, I'd say, which comes back to like my roots in basketball and like coaching in general, like Pilates.
wait. Basketball?
Yes, I played like competitively basketball for like 10 years when I was younger. I know I'm so I'm not tiny, but I'm not tall, so that was clear wasn't gonna be my like career, but I was pretty good at it. So strength, number 2, and number 3, fierce. Fierce. I think that's, I don't know.
How did your training specifically in Germany shape you differently than well, I guess you wouldn't know, but how do you feel like it's different? It's made you different than American artists?
That's a good question. The thing is, in the last like 4 years, I've been going back and forth between Berlin and LA like every year, and I've spent like always like 3 months here in LA, just so you know. And I think German dance culture shaped me in a different way, that I feel like we have a really amazing community back home. And I feel like there's a community here too. It was just a lot harder for me to like connect with the LA community, because I feel like everything's like so spread out. Everyone's like living in their houses or in their cars, right? But Berlin has always felt like there was already like a community that I could join whenever I wanted to. And it was not as hard for me to join that community. It felt way more like accessible and way more easier like to reach my goals also.
Right.
So that's something that definitely shaped me, like this community aspect, having friends, having peers that are really like that I creatively like look up to so much, and I could just like go and like make like in a session with them, right?
Yeah.
So that definitely changed me or shaped me in a different way than US training did. But then also like give it a year, right? Like give it at least a year. I've only like been here always like 3 months altogether. Like altogether it's been like a year, but like it's always been only like 3 months. So if I was like stayed here more consistently, maybe like even longer than just 3 months, maybe the same thing would have happened. But I just felt like a general like more like an openness in Berlin that is also still keeping me in the city, because I could move here when I was applying for my visa, but I'm still like so like drawn to Europe for some reason because of the community aspect.
Totally. I mean, it's your home, A. B, of course it is like an easier transition into professional life being in your home country. Also, you've been like building these connections throughout your entire training and like formative years to like now being like, okay, thank you to all of these connections, but now I'm like completely moving to LA is like,
that's always a hard
kind of
thing.
Insane
I was talking to my sister on the phone on my way here, and I was like, because she's working in corporate, it's a very different vibe, right? She's also thinking about like changing careers, and it's honestly, we as artists, we always think like, oh, we're so special, we are special, but in general, like everyone has the same struggles, right? My sister also struggles with like moving to a bigger city, moving to another city for job opportunities. It's the same with me. Like, should I just like cut all my connections back home and just like make the move now, or should I just like build up my career back home and then go with like even more like letters of recommendations here, right? So it's always like it's very like a strategic thing to do when you're based in Europe and you're trying to work in the US, and especially with like government changes here and like political changes, you never really know what's gonna happen. So this is where I'm at right now. I'm really I'm being honest, I'm indecisive right now. I don't know.
And I totally get that. I mean, as international myself and being from Mexico, I completely get that feeling of, do I make the move? Am I gonna be able to stay?
She's gonna, you guys. She's gonna be there on all these stages. Mark my words.
Pray for me.
Mark my words.
Pray for me.
Manifesting, sending it out there. Period.
Anyways, let's just kind of center in on you coming to America for training.
Yes.
And what really inspired you to come get that training here, and maybe if you want to mention maybe some things that you've done training wise while you've been here.
It's a bit embarrassing, you guys. So I was 15 or 16, and do you remember when like Millennium had like their new location and they started filming class?
Yeah.
I know there's like a huge discussion about like filming in general, right?
Right.
But like they started filming, and it was a big deal for me in Europe, because that was that was the first connection I had to dance in the US.
Right.
And my mom, she sent me like this video of like Kyle Hanagami's class. I think it was like dance to this, like Troye Sivan and like Ariana Grande's choreography class combo, and I saw, was like, oh my god, there's so much more out here. Like there is like a whole new like dance world in the States. So it was social media, and then when I moved to Berlin, it was people that have already been living in the States or LA. That, for example, Natalie Gilmore, shout out, she has been a dancer for Justin Timberlake for a really long time. Mentor and a good friend of mine in Berlin now. She told me so much about LA, and honestly, throughout our conversations and just like me looking at these videos, I was like, I need to be here. Like I need to go here, I need to train, because I want to be one of the best in this in this field of work, in this industry. So I need to move. That really inspired me.
And like, were there any particular mentors that kind of shaped you in your training while you were here
in LA? Oh yeah, okay. So for me, number one was definitely Boy Boy. I took his first class in Berlin before I even came to LA, and I don't know what happened, but it opened my eyes so much. And 2 months after that, I came to LA for the first time. I was still 18. And I stayed here for 3 whole months, and I did not miss a single class. And whenever I'm here, I'm really trying not to miss a single class of his. Same as with Dana in New York, I'm really trying to be as consistent as possible in taking the intensives. At least I'm trying to. So like Boy Boy has definitely been like a huge impact, had a huge impact on my movement journey. And then Tobias Elahama for sure, Ray Baza. Then in New York, Buddha Stretch, for example, like I've been trying to get more my like foundation in, because I'm originally based like in urban styles. So yeah, Sam Nelson, when it comes to contemporary, has been a huge, like had a huge impact on me. I feel like if I start like just naming names, I probably forget one or the other, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just stopping here, but just know there's like plenty of people like contributing to my dance, but those are the main ones for sure.
Boy Boy's work, Dana's work, both of their work is absolutely mind-blowing to watch. It is probably one of like the most difficult movement qualities that you could ever achieve. Again, elongation.
But then it makes so much sense also. I'm like, how is that so difficult? But it also makes so much sense. You know, like I love dance and they love dance, so it aligns on like an energetic level, because I feel like that's what I'm missing sometimes in class. Like, I love what you're doing, I love what you're teaching, I just kind of don't like the way you're teaching. But then with some teachers like Dana and like Boy Boy, it's like it just aligns perfectly for how I learn the best. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do know what you mean. And I mean, Tobias, obviously.
Tobias,
we're lucky enough at World of Dance to have Tobias be involved in a lot of our events. Particularly this summer, he'll be teaching at World of Dance Summit.
You should go. Please go.
You heard it here
first. Mark my words. He's amazing.
You should go. Because honestly, Tobias's class is one of the most amazing things you could ever take.
Stress ball change.
Stress ball change. Wow. Like, it is the most stressful thing that I have ever lived in my entire existence. But it is the most empowering thing to keep going and like strive towards things that you might find impossible, which like completely agree with every single mentor that you mentioned. Like, these are incredible people to be learning from. I kind of want to move this conversation a little bit towards Europe now. And what are specific ways that you think kind of the European scene is a little bit undervalued in terms of like American eyes? Like, how is it like not being recognized enough in America?
Love that question so much, because we Europeans, and here's the thing, I'm 21, I mostly work as a dancer, so I have a lot of people that I look up to, you know what I mean? Like, even though I feel like we have amazing creatives in Europe that I would love to work with sometimes. And best example is Sergio, for example, who did all of Troy's choreography together with Mauro, or for example Malu Linders, or Shay, for example, is a perfect example that also now gaining more like international recognition. I just feel it sometimes the US might have a lot of like focus like on their like industry, which makes so much sense, because we always look up to the US as well. We like, okay, whatever the US is doing right now, we're probably gonna do it soon too. But then also what I also had to understand is that we have already like amazing resources, amazing teachers, amazing choreographers, movers in Europe already.
Right.
And as I said, our biggest like advantage in Europe, I guess, is being very connected. Also because Europe is big, but like not as big as the US. So we're like more like connected. Like each country is very connected. And I think that's why we're like kind of like thriving now, because I feel like that's at least how I am feeling, is we are slowly starting to realize that this is what we have, that this is our biggest resource, that we're so connected and that we can literally like support each other so very well. And that's why I think also like European dance camps are so amazing. They're really like organized in an amazing way. For example, the Company Berlin, big shout out to the Company Berlin by Joanna Samia. I've been working for her in the last 2 years. She's a close friend of mine too. She's always like hosting the most amazing intensives also in like Berlin, because she brings American but also European quality together. You know what I mean? Like when we merge these qualities, something amazing is like happening. And that's why I feel like sometimes maybe we're a bit like underestimated overseas, but like we got the quality, but what we're missing is the money. What we're missing is the money in the entertainment industry, and it gets really hard for, I just know from choreographers to like, we all have like these big ideas. We have like amazing ideas for TV shows, tours, stage design, whatever it is, even like styling. But then there is no money because the artists or the labels, they don't want to pay for it.
Right.
So I feel like we have the resource and know-how, but we don't have the resource all the time in money. You know?
Yeah.
That's what we're missing.
I can totally see that. I mean, I feel like that's how the industry works anywhere.
Totally, for sure.
I mean, and this is obviously just from conversations that I've been fortunate enough to have with other people sitting in these chairs. But in terms of like wanting to have these creative productions, it's really difficult to be able to find the proper funding for them.
Definitely.
Especially as like social media continues to progress even further, and the accessibility that there is to create like dance work at a very low budget. It seems like kind of that is pushing for even less and less funding at a time, which is super unfortunate. Don't do that. Don't do that. Give us money, please. We need it.
We need the money.
Yes, the creativity really does need to be funded, and whether it be Europe or wherever.
Yeah, because that's like, important. For example, like, let's think back to COVID. Like, what brought us through the time? What helped us in like times where we felt so disconnected from other people, but also from ourselves? It was the art.
Yeah.
It was the art. It was the TV shows. It was Netflix. It was music. It was all these like forms of art. And now we have like, especially in Germany, we have a new government, and we now also have like huge cuts in funding when it comes to art. And we like, big theaters have to close their doors that have been established for so many years, and like, what are we facing? Horrible. You know, so we just really need that recognition. We need that respect, honestly, for our craft, that is our art. You know.
Preach.
Yeah. But same here, of course. Same here.
Absolutely.
I just think there's like more job opportunities here that seem so big for us in Europe, that are so more like accessible here than in Europe. Because if you're not necessarily working from London, or you're like signed with an agency in London, then it's kind of hard to like reach those big jobs in Europe, other than direct booking, which is, we've probably heard about it a lot. It's what you mostly get booked through. So but just want to say, like, we just really need that.
How do you feel like, specifically Germany, we've been talking about Germany for a bit, how do you feel like your training, like your foundational dance training, reflects the German culture in a different way than training in America?
I think it could be really shady with that answer, and I choose not to be shady today.
Let's choose kindness and not violence today.
Of course, you always choose kindness. But I feel like what I'm gonna say, and it's a commonly known thing in Germany, we are missing foundation. Period. I'm also missing foundation.
Right.
There is people who do teach foundation, which is amazing. But for example, I went to New York New York the last 2 months to just like work on my foundation, and I loved it because we have obviously the OGs are in New York and, and sometimes in LA, but barely in Europe. So really missing the Europe. So I think that's the thing we're lacking. But apart from that, I feel like what makes us also very like kind of not unique, but like what makes us good is I feel like Germans are really hardworking, and no matter what certain choreographers say back home in Germany and when they rage about us dancers, I feel like we still have really, really good work ethic. And especially my circle, I'm so proud of my friends and the choreographers and all the people I'm surrounded with back home. We are really hardworking because we know we have limited resources, but we make always the best out of it.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of everyone who continues to show up every day for their own training and for like, you know, just organizing a session that is not about filming.
Yeah.
Because it really often is not for us about the filming in class. It is for us, it's about the training. And that's what I just really love about our dance culture that is right now really progressing. At least I feel that way. Like I'm part of it, and I'm like, oh, I feel like we're like really working on it. Like feel so much like enthusiasm when I think about my friends. So yeah.
Right. And I mean, we've had this conversation on the podcast quite a few times now, but it's just that aspect of going to take a class and it's all about the filming is great for a specific type of class environment when you're specifically looking for that.
I agree.
But it does get kind of intense and really difficult when every single class is like that, especially in the LA area. Sometimes you just want to go train to train. Sometimes you just need to be in a safe space where you can mess up freely and do trial and error without that living permanently on a camera or like being posted every single time. That does get like super difficult. So I can completely see where you're coming from. Especially with foundational training type of classes.
Like I don't need my phone in that class.
Like you don't.
If you want to
really
like, if you want to learn from your mistakes, you can always like still like film yourself after that class, right?
Right. And it's just like, I think it just becomes very, very difficult when every single environment around you is that environment. Obviously, LA has plenty of options where not every single class is filmed. Like ML specifically is a great place that kind of incorporates filming into their classes, but it's not every single class. So you're really able to kind of have 100%. That moment for yourself.
I was just gonna say, it's like a very like also on our side, right? Like we need to do our research too. Like as dancers, we do shape this industry as well. Like sometimes we feel so powerless. We're like, oh my god, by now everyone's filming. But then don't go to these classes where you're being filmed. Then go to these classes where you know, like this is a safe space. No one's gonna film me. This is about the training. This is about getting from A to B. About the transition in between, right? So then go to these classes. Spend your money on these classes, and this will eventually send a sign that we're not as interested because everyone is like, I don't want to film. I want to be filmed in class. But then there's like a billion people showing up to these classes. So let us be really honest with ourselves of like what we want from our dance classes, because it is valid that you want a video. If you want a video, take it. But if you're just complaining and you're just showing up to these classes, then let us be honest with ourselves, right?
And also at the same time, I mean, dance involves so much of like personal marketing and being very strategic in the way that you, I mean, at the end of the day, dance is the product that you're offering, and you have to be super strategic about the way that you share yourself. That both online, in person, present yourself anywhere as in any kind of industry. So it is very valuable to have the resource where you can go take a class and be filmed. If you're going specifically for that purpose, good for you. That's amazing. I've done, like everyone does that, but also having those safe spaces as well where you are able to stay consistent with your 100%. Training and you know, keep up with your fundamentals is like super, super important as well.
I think so too. And I feel like I just want to like clarify that I'm speaking from a dancer's point of view, not from a choreographer's point of view. Because I mainly think of myself as a dancer and like as an athlete. So for me, my training is sacred. My training is so sacred to me. And that's why I choose classes where I know like they're gonna like bring me some value. From a choreographer's point of view, you have other people here that probably can answer this question way better. I don't know what they're looking for all the time.
Yes.
Some choreographers want class footage, some choreographers don't want class footage,
Yes.
some just want professional, some people want training footage. Like, I have no idea. I can just say, like, from my point of view, to empower us as dancers is think about what do you want to get out of your training. I ask myself this question before I take class.
Right. And obviously, all of this training has kind of led you to being able to have all of these amazing opportunities in the industry, specifically in Berlin. And you've also been able to kind of take a peek into the American LA industry as well. I'm interested to know what you think are like the main differences between the two industries and how it kind of changes.
So I think the biggest difference is definitely the opportunities that you guys have here. I know there is way more efficiency here than in Germany. There's way less dancers in Germany, obviously. But I feel like this just really comes down to the opportunities, like training wise. There's amazing training here. I'm not saying there's not good training in Berlin, but let's just be honest, there's a reason why I come here all the time to train for career goals and all that. So I feel like the opportunity is really a thing, and then also the money in the industry. Definitely there's like a bigger budget for some like tours and stuff.
Right.
I think that's the biggest difference too, from my point of view. Like that explains why I come here all the time. But
100%. Do you feel like, obviously, I mean, not that I specifically would know, but there is this very Eurocentric type of training that influences dance, like the very ballet, modern, Eurocentric dance history. How would you say that kind of influences today's dance in Germany versus other kind of like dance history in America influences American
So I don't
history?
really see that, honestly, because I feel like in Germany, as I said, we're mostly lacking foundation. Me too. Like, I'm also lacking technique, and we could all work more on our technique. So I'm not necessarily seeing like the technique in our dance as much.
Okay, interesting.
Maybe in the other countries. Australia is definitely not Europe, just to be clear. But Australia has mostly like amazing technique, and the US also has like, I mean, you have all these like competitions here, which we don't have. We don't have like studio kits and stuff like that. We just go to class and train.
I see.
So we don't have like specific dance studios where you're like training under the same coach for like Dance Moms, right? Like for a really long time, we don't have that. So that's also like a huge difference. Yes, we don't have that. So you just like, you were born somewhere in Germany, and then you just find the closest dancing school and you just take open classes. That's how you train.
So there's not that many like competition.
No, not at all. Like, we barely have competitions. There are some competitions, but
like this one.
Like there's no like World of Dance or anything like that. So yeah, it really comes down to your own training and being responsible for your own training. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that is like it's a good thing to hear that at least World of Dance is providing some kind of outlet. I mean, we recently had World of Dance Dortmund, which was great.
We also have World of Dance workshops back home in Germany.
Exactly.
So
which is an amazing resource for you guys. But it is unfortunate to hear that you don't have that kind of technical training available as you're growing up.
I think that's not really the problem. That's not available. Yes, it's not available like in that variety or like in that like intensity, but it is available when you look for it. Like, for example, I just have to like peek in like my group of friends and see like, okay, who's technical? Okay, Lucia Pelza, she's amazing, shout out. So what do? I take privates from my friend to work on my technique. So there is always ways. Like, that's why I just hate like seeing ourselves like as the victims in Europe, because we really are not. We're really strong and we're amazing, period. But you just gotta look for the right training. You just gotta, again, do your research. It might be a bit easier here when you're raised here, yes, maybe, but it always comes down to not just where have you been raised, it also comes down to every like cultural background, you know. So I think it's always like unfair wherever you were born and raised.
I mean, it always kind of comes down to you being able to do the research for yourself, find the opportunities for yourself. If there's something that you're lacking in terms of either your training or foundations or your artistry or whatever you are, kind of there's an empty spot in the way that you form yourself, it's really important that you do your research and figure out how to fill that void for yourself. So I completely understand where you're coming from. In terms of specifically the German/European scene right now, what are some really exciting things that you see coming up?
Ooh. So we just had Eurovision, which was a great opportunity for dancers. I also went to the audition. Let's be honest, I didn't make it. But that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here talking to you today. I didn't make it, but it's okay. Like, we do have like some really nice opportunities. Honestly, I have no idea what's gonna come up this year. It's always like, it's weird because it's like being gatekept until the very end, kind of in Germany at least. Like, I have no idea what's gonna happen this year.
I see.
My summer is fully open. You guys, I'm available. Book me. Just have my classes to teach. No, just like, let's be honest. I have no idea what this year is gonna bring. We do have like some bigger events here and there. I feel like also AMCK in London is doing a great work with representation. But yeah, that's about with the European market.
Is there any kind of like mission that you personally have for yourself to create in the European dance scene?
Oh yeah, that's a good question, because I'm right now thinking of like, either should I move to the States someday, should I work on my visa, or stay in Europe. Due to like political reasons, staying in Europe right now is the safer option, unfortunately. So I might stay there. But yes, I do have my approach in Europe right now is to build a really nice teaching environment and just, keep on building my own craft.
Right.
Still very much in that learning environment, like learning mindset. Like, as I just said before, I hate like seeing myself as a victim. Oh, I was raised in Europe, I wasn't raised in the US, but whatever. Like, I want to shift it to like a learning environment. Exactly, like a learning mindset. So for me, my goal right now is in Europe to branch out with my teaching. Yeah. Because I really like to teach, and then to branch out and work more internationally in Europe, because that is possible without a visa, except for London. So yeah, I just really want to work more internationally in Europe, and I'm just saying it out loud. I'm so ready to work more and more in like bigger jobs. I'm very excited for my future, honestly. I'm really excited for everything that's gonna come.
I'm so excited for everything that you're gonna do.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see it all.
Thank you.
We are getting to my favorite part of the podcast, which is, let's manifest some stuff for you.
Really?
Literally my favorite
This is
part.
A mindset session.
It is.
I'm getting some coaching, you guys.
Exactly.
Okay.
Honestly, the only coaching that I'm going to say is, what do you want to do? What are some dream jobs, artists, roles, projects, anything that you can imagine? Go ahead and manifest that for yourself today.
I'm just going to repeat what I said today in the morning to myself.
Yeah.
For me, it shifted a year ago that I do not attach my dreams anymore to a certain artist, because every artist might just end their career from one day to another.
Yeah, totally.
So for me, my biggest dream, my life goal is to work in a work environment where I am fully seen and fully appreciated, either in a dancer's role or in a leading role. I would love to work as a choreographer for a big world tour someday. I would, anyway, I would love to work as a creative director, because I just love the work behind the camera so much, and it also fits perfectly to my character traits. So those are my biggest goals, like working in an environment where I feel fully seen and fully appreciated, where I can show my full potential, and where I'm still like always gonna be in a learning mindset, as in that the work never stops. The work never stops. That's my biggest goal in life, to just keep learning.
Amazing. I loved that. That was
you.
That was a beautiful answer.
I don't know if it was like maybe like I don't know, weird, but like that's my answer, you guys. I'm sorry.
Not
obviously I want
weird
to
at
dance for Take
all.
My Gray, obviously, but there you go.
Don't
There's your
all?
artist. There's your artist.
Don't
But, like,
we all?
Don't
we all want to do that.
So
I mean, I completely agree with you. It's so important to keep learning and finding yourself in spaces where you feel really appreciated, respected, and you're able to grow as much as you can, which like I feel like you have been putting yourself in those spaces.
Thank you. I
and
try
I'm
to.
super, super proud of you.
Thank you. I'm so proud of you, Karen. Look at us.
Look at us.
Here. Hey.
Okay, go ahead and look into the camera. Let the people know what is coming up for you in terms of dance, teaching, jobs, maybe anything you'd like your fans to know.
My fans?
Your fans.
Okay. So what's gonna come up for me is I'm gonna go back to Berlin in 2 days because my visa expires. I know it's hard to say. I need to go back home, and then for me, pretty much it's a lot of teaching. I will be teaching at some intensives this year, which I'm very excited about. I can't share yet, but it's going to be out on public soon. And other than that, I'm probably going to go on tour next year. I'm really excited for that too. And there's some TV jobs lined up for me this year. But other than that, for me, again, learning, going out there, taking lots of intensives, the company Berlin, Malu, also then back in Madrid. So yeah, that's my summer so far. Yeah.
Make sure to go to Luca's Instagram so you can keep up with his journey and keep up with all of these projects that he's not able to announce quite yet. So make sure to go check those out once he does. Thank you everyone so much for watching and for joining us on this episode. I can't wait to see y'all on the next episode of Inside HQ. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.